What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or unable to upload, considering the last week in itself I have not been able to actually upload videos, not because I haven't really actually wanted to, but because I've actually been too busy, which is surprisingly interesting. But anyway, in today's video we got ZURS location and inventory, roll the intros, and I hope you certainly do enjoy. Alrighty, so getting into today's video, ZURS is on IO, chilling a giant skull. Once you have spawned in, jump on your sparrow and head in this simple direction, and once you have gotten far enough, just pretty much follow where I'm going and you'll see the tentacled bastard. Fingers crossed he actually has something good this week. Perhaps this is why the 9 sent you indeed, Zor. This week actually isn't surprisingly too bad. Let us start things off with the good old Ophidian Spathe for the Hunter or Huntress, 20 legendary shards for this very pretty much good exotic, except for its actual rolls on the actual intellect and strength and all that stuff. But its main perk on it actually is called Scissor Fingers, grants 2 knives per charge in itself. This thing pretty basically for your actual Huntress or Hunter. I will actually state I really like this thing, and actually looks pretty cool with different actual shaders. This thing in itself allows you to have 2 knives. It's OP in PvP and OP in PvE. So yeah, pick it up if you have not got it. Once again, 23 legendary shards. But moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the good old Skull of Dire Ahamkara, 23 legendary shards for this good old D1 exotic, brought up to D2 in itself, being seriously crazy and still honestly OP. Main perk is called Actual Grandeur, provides additional damage resistance during Nova Bomb, and Nova Bomb kills grant super energy. This thing in itself is honestly a lot of fun and definitely looks pretty freaking cool with different ornaments on it. I will actually state I really do like this thing, but yeah, pick it up if you have not got it. 23 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves something else for the helmet section. We've got ourselves the Mask of the Quiet One for the Titans, 23 legendary shards for this very underused exotic. I don't actually see a lot of people using this. I kind of do like this thing just aesthetic wise, but main perk being Dreaded Visage, grants ability energy when you are damaged and critically wounded, regain maximum health on kills. This thing itself, honestly, it's surprisingly unique, but still honestly pretty freaking decent and looks really freaking cool with different ornaments on it, especially like this. It's just, it looks crazy. Pick it up if you've not got it. Once again though, 23 legendary shards. But moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the good old Prometheus Lens, 29 legendary shards for this very fun exotic. If you're actually going and playing momentum control, this thing in itself honestly is really freaking crazy. I really like this. Main perk on it is actually called Prismatic Inferno, fires a solar trace beam and generates a damaging heat field that grows while the weapon continues to fire, as well as a secondary trait being the good old Flame Refraction. Kills with this weapon return a fraction of the ammo used to the magazine from reserves, extending the beam's duration. This thing is honestly fun, it is seriously OP, and honestly looks pretty freaking cool with all different ornaments on it. I will actually have to state I like this one the best, just because yeah, it's one of those things where it was for a different country and I've got it now. So yeah, I like that. It's pretty freaking cool. Hopefully you guys actually pick this thing up, because honestly it is pretty freaking crazy. Let me know in the comment section if you do actually pick this up. 29 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the good old consumables, the 5 of Swords card. This is the 5 of Swords challenge card that allows you to make your nightfalls more challenging by adding challenging challenges to the already challenging nightfall, to increase that challenging nightfall challenges by adding challenging modifiers and get a challenging higher score. This thing in itself honestly is a lot of fun. It allows you to go through and tailor-made your nightfalls. Do you want to make your nightfalls a little bit more solar driven, a little bit more arc driven, a little bit more void driven? Well, you can do that. Do you want to actually go through and get your health back when you actually kill enemies? Do you want to actually get your health back when you start moving? All this can actually be done with the actual 5 of Swords challenge card. Pick it up if you have not got it. Moving on though, next up, finishing off things, finally we've got the Isochronal Engram, aka the Fated Engram. 97 legendary shards for this exotic that in itself will become an exotic you don't actually own from the actual kiosk. Unless you own all exotics from the kiosk, that in itself will actually give you a duplicate, and that duplicate in itself can actually have better rolls than your original. So keep that in mind. This thing in itself can actually be good in all ways, really. Let us see, what do I actually get? I'm going to get myself the two-tailed fox, which isn't horrible. I do like the weapon, although I would have preferred, you know, something different, maybe something better. I've already got like a two-tailed fox, because yeah, I mean, one thing I really do need for my huntress is that new exotic helmet that I can't remember what it actually is called, but it looks pretty freaking cool. But I didn't actually get that. I ended up getting myself the good old, again, the two-tailed fox. This thing actually is really freaking decent in a lot of strikes. Main perk being twin tails, shoots 2 rockets, 1 void and 1 solar that can track onto the same target, and the secondary trait being play with your prey. The void rocket suppresses enemies, the solar rocket causes damage over time. This thing honestly is just pretty freaking cool, and it looks pretty decent with different actual ornaments on it. This one, this one more so, yeah, I like, pretty cool, because purple, and it's got like dogs that are skeletons, foxes that are skeletons. So, why did I say dogs? Two-tailed fox. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, Sergeant Spud's standing behind me. He doesn't even know why I said it either. But yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, he pointed it out. It says two-tailed fox. I know that. Thank you. Very much. Thank you. Anyway though, once again, it's been Zor's location and inventory. I'm going to jump off, go do some random stuff, watch some more live PD, because that's what I'm watching at the moment, not giving a shout out or anything. But if you guys watch live PD, let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, that's been Zor's location. Do all that good stuff. Want to be Sharon like Garen ever. He was Ed Sheeran. Share this video because it seriously helps that channel, helps out you guys, and helps out other people to actually see where Zor's location and inventory is and what he actually has, and if he's got anything good, and if he's really worth it, because it's a tentacle bastard and sometimes it's not worth it. But yeah, sometimes it actually is pretty worth it, I will actually state. But anyway, this has been Zor's location, inventory, all that stuff, and Sharon like Aaron if it's Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.